What is happening, BC Spirits? BC Spirits, Spirit Day number 245. Something brand new today. I haven't tasted it before. I've got a couple of their stuff on the back. I did the Canadian Rye a little while ago. It's the Liberty Distilling Trust Whiskey Southern. So this is their sort of bourbon style. But they did a sneaky sneak. I was reading through the little profile on this whiskey in particular. They definitely did a little sneaky sneak on this one. So it's 100% corn. Now, hear me out before you start commenting and whatnot. It's 100% corn, distilled 3 times in their special still there at Liberty. Go and check it out. It's a beautiful still. It's a pot column combination. Dude, that can do some crazy, crazy stuff. So triple distilled corn, aged in 100% American oak. And then what they do is they pour that out and then they mix it 75-25, so 75% corn aged distillate with 25% of their rye. So they're sort of doing a sneak Canadian / bourbon style whiskey, which I think is really cool because you can do 100% corn whiskey distilled, let it age. You do 100% rye distilled, let it age, and then you blend it at the end. Very Canadian style, Canadian whiskey-esque style. But you can still get a bourbon style whiskey, which I think is genius. Instead of doing the mash bill, which is traditional for American whiskeys, where they just do 51% corn, barley, rye in one big batch, ferment it together, distill it together, age it together. So I'm very curious about this one. You know I love my bourbon. I sell single malt, but I drink bourbon myself. 75% corn. I find BC corn is very, very different to American corn. It's much drier. It's not as sweet corn on the nose. Oh, definitely drier notes. A little bit of vanilla, a little peach, a little stone fruit there. That corn flavor profile is fantastic though. Very unique. And then you start getting that hint of spice in the back, that classic rye. And that Canadian rye is fantastic style. But you definitely gain that, if you've tasted the Canadian rye, you definitely get that sort of super aromatic rye, which is what they're notorious for. On the palate, 43%, not too hot, big corn bomb. But again, like I said, corn in Canada compared to the US is very, very distinct, very, very different, much more dry. You're not extracting like fake corn syrup sort of flavors out of that. In the barrel aging process, you gain a little bit more softer vanillas, almost dry aromatic vanilla. The corn and the rye is fantastic blended. The rye is nice and aromatic. The corn's got that depth and that base note, and they're just playing really, really well together. As a bourbon style Canadian whiskey, or BC craft whiskey, I think it's a fantastic little number. But it is unique. Keep in mind, if you're a bourbon drinker, like your Wild Turkeys, your Jim Beams, that sort of thing, this is going to be a little bit of left field for you. But you can be still playing in the same diamond. Liberty School, their bourbon whiskey. Now it's just chewy, toffees, caramels, fantastic. Thanks as always for the support, guys. See you tomorrow.